India has always been, India is our home base, and we've always had a significant focus in the country. I don't know whether you know, but 7 out of 10 Indians typically touch our technology every day. Okay, so it's not something new. Having said that, what the country needs today, we felt that 2 or 3 technologies which are very important, it's very critical for the success of the country. The first thing is ensuring that we bring in a cloud which is made in India, for India, and ensuring that all the operations of the country are run in India. That's the first thing that we are doing today, which is the sovereign secure cloud. We believe that is going to be very important. Data sovereignty is a very important part of for every country's progress, and that is going to be important. The second thing which we believe is on cyber, because cyber is a very important part of everybody's thing. And what we see in cyber today is that we are bringing a technology which we use around the world to India. Again, the whole idea behind the cyber defense suite is to provide cyber as a service. People don't have to worry about buying different technologies, but we provide it as a service to our customers. Okay? And the last one, which is very interesting, is our solution called DigiBolt, because once you build all of this, we really believe that it is citizens like us who needs to develop technology on top of what we do. And digitization is very important. And so we're building this particular product called DigiBolt, where ordinary citizens can actually build applications on top of any of this using a low-code, no-code platform, which we're calling it as DigiBolt.
That sounds pretty interesting. Now, talking about the vertical that you handle, which is essentially growth markets, TCS has been expanding into very many markets. Could you share which geographies or verticals are showing, most promising traction so far?
Interestingly, most of the growth markets have had a very good run last year. And when we go to our customers, they are also pretty open. This is essentially most of the global south, which is Asia Pacific, India, Middle East, Africa, Latin America. Among these countries, the big opportunities that I see, for example, Australia is a very large market for us. We see significant opportunities in ASEAN countries. India is probably the biggest opportunity. In Middle East, Africa, we see opportunities in Saudi, in UAE, and then of course Brazil is an untapped market. Large opportunity for us as well.
Absolutely. And, speaking about AI, you were focusing on AI. How is TCS contributing to shaping and complying with emerging frameworks? And, of course, you also spoke about some of the collaborations, but can you throw a little bit more light on this particular aspect of AI?
So we've been working on this theme of responsible AI and working with some very strong universities on building the framework for this, and also with certain governments. And we do believe that responsible AI. Look, there is a time when regulation and technology has to converge, and when that convergence happens, we should be at the place in both places as well. Okay, so we are working on both sides, which is working on the technology as well as on the regulation as well, so that we are able to bring both of these things together.
So when you talk about AI and when you say that, regulations have to be brought together as well, however, India's stance has been that, regulations should not really curb the growth of the technology and that we need to innovate and give more free ground, whilst at the same time maintaining that sufficient guardrails are put in. How do you really see India in the overall, global growth of AI? How do you see India's positioning with respect to the developments that we're seeing across the globe?
Look, I think India has got a very significant advantage, which is the demographic divide. And if you look at when India becomes a $5 trillion economy, there is an opportunity for digitization and services to become almost $1 trillion. Tech to drive at least $1 trillion of that. Okay? And most of the tech are going to be driven by new technologies like AI. And we have the demographic advantage. We have the infrastructure in place. So if you look at the technologies the government has brought, whether it's payments or any of the new things, we have a significant opportunities, and those opportunities can be even taken outside, and the government is realizing it through the DPI initiative. So I think there seems to be a moment in time when all the stars align, and this is probably the time for India.
And just a final few questions, before we wrap up this interaction. Girish, could you also give us a sense of how are you looking at, some forging partnerships with respect to democratization of AI, given that you've earlier spoken about the collaborative approach that TCS has taken?
So we are working with many governments. We are working with many institutes around the world, including India, as well as many of our customers, because all of them needs enough guardrails, the system. So we are able to build on that, as well as we are working with some of the large think tanks as well. So we believe that we'll be able to bring all of these things together in some shape.